So for this section, I thought I'd talk a little bit about some common work jargon in a professional setting that I've come across. I probably use these not so often, but they definitely come up. So boiling the ocean. This one you probably heard a number of times. And what does that really mean? It's practically impossible. But when it's used, it's really to describe an action or some kind of project that's going to be a waste of time, something that's you don't want to have like an excess of. And so an example here, let's not boil the ocean on that project. Wrapped around the axle. This is to get caught up in a difficult situation. I think the origin of this is from horses and carriages. If you think about it, you'll see, like maybe in your vacuum cleaner, like hair can literally get wrapped around the axle. But that's what it's really intended to mean, getting caught up in a difficult situation that you might either have a hard time getting out of or you can get stuck. So he was wrapped around the axle on his task. Reaching out. I remember when I first heard this one, this was like, okay, I think I know what they're trying to say. I had been thanked for reaching out. I think when I replied on a thank you letter after an interview or inquiring about the position after I'd gotten an offer. And so this is really describing communicating or contacting individuals or business. Thanks for reaching out about the delay. Leverage. To leverage something, it actually can be used as a noun or a verb, but for a noun, it really is referring to control or some kind of higher position, advantageous type of position, also using skills and capabilities in a verb form. So we need leverage in this deal, or we are leveraging the sales team for the proposal. Lots of moving parts. So if you think about what that means, could be something complicated. So it's really something that is a complicated system, process, or even a business that has a lot of departments or employees, or could be all over the world. So for example, the process is hard to follow because it has a lot of moving parts. Core competency. This is a term used in the context of a company or an individual, could be one of your colleagues, their main skills or areas of expertise. For example, my core competency is data analysis. Low-hanging fruit. So this one is kind of what it sounds like, the imagery here, where you can reach up and it's easy to grasp. And pick, like say, an apple from a low-hanging branch. So this refers to a simple project or a new idea that could produce immediate and beneficial results. So for an example, there's a typo here, our best way to get started is to find some low-hanging fruit. Quick wins, similar to low-hanging fruit, but this is going to be easy, fast, and usually economical or not a lot of cost associated solutions. A change, and it's also something that you could change that's going to be immediately visible and noticed right away. So for an example, let's identify some quick wins to show progress. Blue sky thinking. This is meant to be brainstorming or having a creative working sessions to flush out a lot of ideas in a relative short amount of time. So here it's used to describe extremely creative problem solving and innovative new ideas. An example here is we need to get into a room for some blue sky thinking. Greenfield, another color-oriented term, means something different. And in the literal context and what it's used, I think in real estate, it literally means like a green field or some kind of open land. But in the business and professional context, it can mean a market or business opportunity that hasn't been commercially exploited. I've also heard it used in the context of maybe it's a blank canvas or you're starting from a relative low, you don't have a lot to start with. So in this context or example, this startup client is greenfield because they just got funding.